Hi everyone, thanks for coming back to another video. I appreciate y'all coming back. God bless you all. I'm coming back to do a video because I have some very important information that I need to share. I received two messages from the Lord, one today around noon and one yesterday morning around 3:30 in the morning. I definitely am excited with certain parts of these messages because they are confirming little bits and pieces that the Lord has been giving me since March, May, June, all the way through. So I want to share the messages with you. I want to talk to you about a couple of things and um, make you aware of a few other things. I am sure the majority of you have seen and heard that the Feast of Trumpets is a very high watch period. I know everyone's talking about September 23, 24. I need everyone here to be aware that it could happen before then, it could happen after then. Those those are some of the very high feast days that are going on at that time. We have atonement afterward. We have the month of Elul coming into it, which is one part that I want to talk with you all about because it's tying into what the Lord is saying. So sit back just a minute. We have some messages to go ahead and go over. So I'm going to make myself as small as possible, and we are going to start sharing these. Hang on just a second. Let me find where my document is. Okay, for those that are or have been following my channel for a while, you will recognize the style that I share these messages from the Lord, typically on a Word doc. I do not have this in Google Docs at the moment, which is where the majority of them go, because I was doing some research on them earlier and wanted to make sure that I got them out as quickly as possible. So we're going to start with the message that I received yesterday morning at 3. Well, it says here, I notated the time, 3:43 in the morning. This is the Lord speaking. He says, you're required to be the best that you can be under the circumstances. There are ways to become among the others, with those that have already obtained the majestic response. When others begin to fade, ones must gather themselves to ensure that the light is sustained. Begin to cause the stir again within your heart. Many will know that I am the one who has become before, but I will enable those who carry my gift to be seen. When those days arrive, you will be noticed among the masses. There will be great turbulence, commotion during this time. Keep still. Notice that those things that are causing the stir will be eliminated. Many will know that I have taken my place among those who have carried my gift within them. They will be known for the magic they contain. Listen, hearken to the voices that are stirring around you at this time, for many are not known to you. Those will be things that are not meant for your good. Hold fast, dear one, for I am taking my own unto the world to begin the fast evacuation. Hold fast, for it shall begin. And that was the end of the message. Now, when he's talking about stirring your heart again, causing the stir within your heart again, He is talking about getting that excitement again. He is talking about getting that strength back again. He is talking about ensuring that we are able to go ahead and continue to keep going for whatever time that we are required to do so. And he's saying you're required to be the best that you can be under the circumstances. So we've got some tough things getting ready to be shown to us. But there's also going to be great commotion and different things going on, not only with the dark side of what the earth brings forth, but it's also what light we have within us. Those that carry the gift within them, he said, are going to be seen. Well, they're going to be seen. I imagine that means that they're going to be transformed to be able to have and hold his glory. So we've got different positions and different tasks for everyone that is following the Lord, different purposes with, in him. And so he's trying to sit and talk. Now, when he says ones must come together, must gather themselves together, he's talking about those that have become. He is saying, because when you become one with the one, you have become. So ones, those that are the one with the one, you are part of the all. And so that's what he's talking about, is we must come together. We must strengthen ourselves in a like a community type thing, to support one another, to encourage one another, to strengthen one another, to get that the one that is weak and beginning to fade, to be able to blow wind ever so lightly on those little bits of whatever you're trying to start the fire with, so that it will come when you're trying to start like a fire in the forest or whatever. You start with little things and you blow very softly, because it just takes a little spark to make that, right? So if you're beginning to fade, we need to come together to strengthen one another, because we have something that we need to do. And it's very important. So I need for you all to know that. So let's talk about the word becoming. Let me finish, because I want to talk to you about this other stir. Do you see what he's saying here about this other stir? He's saying that the voices that are stirring around you at this time, meaning stirring around, they're milling about, they're poking, they're whispering, they're causing problems, they're enabling animals to do things that the animals shouldn't be doing, just to cause a problem for you or whatever, like the cat jumping on the desk 20 times in a row and won't leave you alone or something, things like that, that's going to cause you some stress or some frustration, especially when you're trying to get something done, so he's talking about those. That's the stirring he's talking about here. And he's saying that, listen, because you're going to be hearing some of these things. He didn't say we would see them, although we could see them. I'm not going to rule that out, but we're definitely going to be able to hear them. So if you haven't already started hearing different voices when you're trying to even just pray to the one, then I get ready for it, because I have had terrible to where I've had to rebuke and just try to get settled to where I can just have a clear, calm mind, just to be able to talk and receive from the Lord. So, it's been tough. But let's go into this word becoming, because now we've talked about becoming in past videos. We've talked about to be, what that meant. We talked about being. If you are in your stance, you just have to be. you really don't have to do anything. We are within ourselves to be. So we talked about that. We talked about becoming. We talked about what the Lord said around the word becoming. So I wrote some things down because I just wanted to be sure I don't forget some of these things. It's too important. So let's talk about it, because just as a quick definition, then what it means every part of you must become like our Lord. Every part. Um, the Lord said many years ago now, and I've shared this in many videos. He said, "A mirror image of me you will be." Okay, so if he looks at you as if he's looking into a mirror and he doesn't recognize himself, he's going to say to you, "Begone, I never knew you." He's not going to recognize himself looking in the mirror. We are a mirror to him. And so he needs to see himself uh, in that mirror in order to say, "I know you. I recognize you because I know me. So I know you." And I know I don't know that anybody's ever explained that perception of it, but that's what the Lord has led me to understand. And so that's not a light thing. That's wait a minute. What do I look like to people? How am I handling myself? And um what all's going on? Because there's a lot of times that your spirit will enter a room, but even before you enter, it people can feel and feel exactly what's going on within you. If you're angry and you walk into a place and you sit down, people can sense that, hey, something's up. What's wrong? Are you all right? If you walk in and you're filled with God, um, they can sense that you're different. Okay. A lot of people that are close to the Lord can sense and feel what's going on within you. Some will be able to feel the spirit within you. And some will be able to. I had two people one person that I know for somewhat of a certainty that he's not following the Lord. But I had two people that I was working with years ago, and we were sitting at a round table because we were handling a big meeting. And I had the guy say something to me. He says, "I really like when you're in the meetings with you because I always feel so calm." Well, see, this is what I'm saying. They don't really understand that is this that's the spirit within you that they are picking up. They just recognize that they feel very calm around you. And so make sure that when you're become, okay, become him. That's going to be the biggest thing. Be a mirror image of the Lord. That's so important, and it's not a light thing to consider. And we need to, that's what we've been working on all these years when we've been talking about in the videos. Clear out your heart, clear out your heart, deal with it, deal with it. Go through the memory again and feel it again, and then just completely let it go. I mean, allow God to handle it. Just lay it at his feet and just, walk away from it. Distance yourself from it. Allow that healing to come in. Leave nothing in your heart. Leave nothing in your heart but love and room for God. That's it. And that's what I've been talking about, and just trying to say this is that important. So becoming is also becoming one with the one-ship, which is God. You are one. I am one. God is one. So together we are one. Um, one times one is one. One. Um, we are part of the all. Okay. So when you become, you begin again. Remember, the Lord told us that, when you become, you will begin again. Um, so the Lord said that, what, about a year ago? But in order to become, now remember, the Lord told us this too. In order to become, you must know yourself. So we have to figure out who we are so that we can become, because the knowledge of who we are is going to help us become. So very important, very, very important. So I want to talk about the word turbulence. I want to talk about the word commotion, because this is important too. When he's talking about these things, he's got it's a violent or unsteady movement of air or water or some fluid. It could just be an unsteady movement of the earth. It could be an unsteady movement of the spirit. There's going to be a lot of things going on when the Lord is coming to take his place with his people, which is what he just said. Okay? It's a time of conflict and confusion. Okay? Well, I get that. A lot of people are going to be trying to figuring out what's going on, and things are going to happen not really the way you think they're going to happen, because this is a war. Understand, this is a spiritual war, and certain things have to be kept covertly quiet. So God has not told us everything. Those that are hearing from the Lord are not getting the full message. None of us are. We're getting little pieces and parts that we have to put together so that we can see and understand, okay, I get it. This person got that. This person got that. I got this. How does it fit in together? And that's how we have to work together, as even in this message where it says the ones must gather themselves together to ensure the light is sustained. The light must continue. He is telling us, he is given the instruction. Okay? Commotion is a state of confusion. Again, a noisy disturbance, an uproar, a ruckus, a clamor, a clamor. Very interesting word that was used there. Um, when I see the word clamor, just to kind of let you know where my brain was going, is the 10 virgins, right? You because the bridegroom comes and there's a clamor, right? Trumpets and banging and everything else. So anyway, when I saw that word, I thought, yeah, that's where my mind went. So let's talk about another thing. The word thing. Now, where did he say? Here it is. Let's see. Notice that those things that are causing the stir will be eliminated. Things. Now, if you've been watching my channel for years, and I know some of you have, and I thank you so much for doing that, I'm hoping my videos have helped you in some way. There's 4 videos that I made, all with the same title. The title of, let me see, They Are Coming. That was the title of it. And there's 4 of them. But in video 3, the Lord had us digging into the definition of thing. The thing had several different definitions, but the Lord drew me to one, and He had me digging into every single word of thing. So if I click on this right here, let me see if I can click on it this way, and I see the word thing. Notice that it's got here an object. Then it goes into an inanimate material object is distant from a living sentient being. He's got a third one. But this is the one that I was drawn to by the Lord years and years ago when I was making these videos. That particular one right there. So I'm going to go back to my thing here, and I want to show you something. So an inanimate material object as distinct from a living sentient being. Now, if you're going to read the definition of that, you'd probably read right over it and go, okay. But the Lord was teaching us at that time that we needed to be digging into words. We needed to find out the etymology of the word. We needed to know what the definition of the word was. We needed to look in Strong's. We needed to do all kinds of stuff because he is, when he gives words out, he's looking at the origin of the word. Okay? The origin of the word. If you're going into Strong's, it's giving you the Hebrew, it's giving you the Greek. If you're going into etymology, it's giving you where the word came from and what it meant early on. Okay? And that's what he wanted us to do. So that's what we started doing. I know a lot of you all have been doing it within the last several years, utilizing Blue Letter Bible, which is an awesome tool if you have not utilized that yet. You're able to pull up the Strong's numbers with it, and it's just cool. So you need to go try it. So what I did is I went back into that video and I copied the information that I shared from that video years ago. So once we did all the digging into, every single word and what it meant and everything, notice that in this particular part right here, the actual definition that was given to us by Google is in red. So I want to read it fully expanded with the information that we found when we were digging into these words. So it's a thing definition is in full, okay? An inanimate, not living, especially not in the manner of animals or humans, and showing no signs of life. Material, which is matter, from which a thing can be made, a substance or matter, denoting or consisting of physical objects rather than mind or spirit. Object, a material thing that can be seen or touched. It's an entity. As distinct, meaning it's recognizably different in nature from something else of a similar type. Clear, well-defined, unmistakable, recognizable, prominent, striking. Physically, separate and different, unconnected, and readily distinguishable by the senses, meaning you can see it, you can smell it, you can feel it, okay? From a living, meaning an alive person, okay, of water flowing to make one's home in a particular place or with a particular person, to reside, to inhabit, to occupy, to dwell in. A sentient, which means they're able to perceive or feel things, being. meaning an existing, a living life, the nature or essence of a person, soul, spirit, inner being, heart. So now what this is saying is a thing. The Lord is calling these things things. And he's been calling them things for years. He doesn't say they're this or they're that. No, he has identified them to me all of these years as things. Okay? So it is an inanimate, meaning it's not living. Okay? It's not an animal, it's not a human, and it shows no signs of life. This thing that he's talking about in this message. Do you understand what I'm telling you now? Okay? I'm going to, well, actually, I don't need to share the information because you all will have it in the video, but go back to this because when he calls them a thing, that's it. Uh, you know what that is, okay? Go back to the definition if you need to. So you're probably going to be able to smell it. You may be able to see it. You may be able to hear it. He's talking about you're going to be able to hear it. I wouldn't want to be close enough to smell it or see it or hear it, but I've been hearing things in the spirit probably for the last 6 weeks or so, maybe 2 months. It's been very prominent. Okay, so now he's talking about evacuation. Well, who's evacuating? Let's go back to take a look at this because becoming is becoming one with one ship. You are God. God is one. Is that where the, no, here it is. Yeah, here's the message right here. Hold fast, dear one, for I am taking my own unto the world to begin the fast evacuation. So let's look at the definition of evacuation. Let's see. An action of evacuating a person or place. Removal. Here's our words. Shifting, eviction, deportation, depopulation, leaving. I think that was a very interesting word that the Lord used. He didn't use harpazo. He didn't use rapture. He has told me many years ago that this would be a rescue mission. But when he told me that, I wasn't sure if he was talking about us that are here waiting for him as wise virgins now, or if he was talking about later on after this 7 years who we're coming back for as a rescue mission. I shared it. A lot of people didn't like what I had to say. I don't know exactly when that is. Is it now? Well, why would he use the word evacuation? I don't know. Let's look at the etymology of it, which I have pulled up already as well. Now, interesting here. Take a look at this. Discharge from the body. To empty. Discharge from the body. To empty. That's pretty clear. That's pretty clear. So, okay. We've got, that's why there's going to be a lot of commotion. There's going to be a lot of turbulence. A lot of people that are going to be left behind are going to say, "Oh, it was the aliens. By God, it was the aliens that took them. Otherwise, this pastor wouldn't be here. It wasn't the rapture." Things are going to be covered up. Things are going to be happening. A lot of people have had visions of things coming down and us going up. So what's coming down? Is it meteorites? Is it the stars that are falling? Is it the demons that are coming into the Earth's atmosphere? What is it? Um, I don't know, but all I know is that um, the evacuation is going to happen fast. Now, probably about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, the Lord was talking about, oh, I can't remember the word, but it was like pulling back up, like a slingshot, and letting it go, and um, that's how fast we were going to be getting out of here. I mean, it's going to be like just like that. Um, and no fear, because there's no fear in love. You're so full of love and excitement that there is no fear. You're just going. Uh, you've worked hard for this. You've grown a lot. You've suffered a lot. People don't talk about suffering. We've suffered. We're tired. A lot of us are sick. Our bodies are being afflicted. A lot of us are going through just complete turmoil, and life's total shambles. And we're still trying to keep our heads up, and we're still trying to pray. And what people don't know is that we're walking through all these valleys on our own because He has separated every single one of the chosen ones. He has separated them into isolation, because that's how we are growing. That's how we are learning one-on-one from Him, because that's how we are supposed to learn. It has been a huge, huge trial. It has. And I've seen a lot of people give up. I've seen a lot of people give up. I've been on the edge of giving up myself. Not giving up on God, but like, I was continuing to push, continuing to put one foot after the other, continuing to do my progression. How much more can I take? How much more? Every year that goes by, I have 2 or 3 more bodily afflictions on my body that I'm dealing with. The first ones haven't gone away. The second ones haven't gone away. The fifth ones haven't gone away. I'm dealing with all these extra, and I'm not complaining. I don't complain about it unless I'm having a really hard day. And if I'm having a really hard day, I'm on my knees, and I am dealing with it. But what a lot of people don't understand is when we're walking through all these trials, we're taking everything that we have, every ounce of energy, of faith, of of everything that we have, and we're singing and praying to God. And it takes everything you got. And you may be crying so hard because it hurts so bad, but you're doing it anyway. I've been there. I know that. I know that feeling. So if you're on the verge of giving up, oh no, sister, brother, not gonna let you. I'm not going to let you because we're right here. Okay, we're right here. Hang on, hang on, hang on. So guys, let me, don't get me off on a tangent because I will. I'll be speaking all kinds of stuff. So let's get into the message that I received this afternoon. Another important message, very, very unique message. Upon many, their worth is upon the value. Meaning your worth is how valuable you are. Okay? The Lord is saying, my way is my word. And upon the way is value to you and to others. Wishful thinking does nothing. Move forward in progression to obtain your goal. I will be there waiting for you, he says. And upon the way, you will find nuggets to bring you through. Little signs upon the way to signify that you are on the right path. Listen to me for the signals given to you. And miss me not, for I am everywhere. Social graces will come to an end. Be prepared for that. And upon the way, there is safety. Listen for my voice. Hearken to the word given. Surprise! I am there too. Holy am I. Wash yourselves clean and debate no more. All things have some truth hidden within. If you seek for it, you will find it. Hold fast. I am coming within. I am allowing myself to be known by others. Watch for it. Announce yourself. I am waiting for you to turn. Return to me. Don't hold back. Do it now. Shalom, he said, which means nothing missing, nothing broken. So this message to me sounds like it's for someone that is not really walking with him. Maybe they haven't listened, or maybe they're being rebellious, or maybe they haven't sought the Lord at all, or maybe they're just not walking closely with him. It sounds to me like this is their message. He is broadcasting that the way is the way to go. Okay? His way is the way to go. And the way is the narrow path provided by the one. And it's one-on-one teaching to each person entering and or traveling the spiritual path. It is instruction directly from the one to guide you to new levels and raising yourself. Think Jacob's ladder to get you back home. Each person is instructed differently as to where they are spiritually, their understanding and knowledge, age, and what experiences they have had in this life already. So everybody is different. Everybody's going to be taught different because everybody's got to heal. Not everybody had the same experiences that caused some of the harm within us. Our hearts have got to heal. So when the one speaks to you, and when I'm talking about the one, I'm talking about Father God. I'm talking about the Lord also. He is one. I'm talking about those that have already become, they are also one. Okay? So when the one speaks to you, You can either see or hear it audibly, meaning when you're trying to hear God's voice, you can hear it audibly in your right ear, in your mind as a thought, through other people talking to you, signs and hints from anything you have in your home, during your drive time in your car, the radio, at work, in dreams, in visions. He can use anything, anywhere, anyone. He can speak through various things. So don't keep him in a box. I don't hear him audibly talking to me. Okay, well, do you hear him in your right ear? Do you hear him in your thoughts? Where are you getting a lot of signs and wonders? What is, a lot of people see license plates, a lot of people see billboards. When I was first starting to seek the Lord when I was 19 years old, I saw billboards all the time. And then when he came to me at 20 years old and started speaking to me audibly, I thought someone was around the corner talking to me. I had no idea it was the Lord. And when he was talking to me early on, he was asking me questions. He wasn't just coming right out and saying, I'm God, I love you, and all of this. No, he asked me questions, and I needed to reply and respond. So don't keep him in a box. He can talk to you in a myriad amount of ways. Okay? And if he can make a donkey talk, which is what is identified, or a horse in the Bible, then please don't put him in a box. You'll be able to hear him. He said, my sheep know my voice. They hear my voice. It will come. If he's giving you different other things right now, maybe there's something that has not been healed within you that has to be. I don't know. But you can hear him in all of these different ways. Look for him. Okay? Look for him. Expect it. It's coming. Okay? Hearken and listen to the word given. This is what he said in that message. It also means really understanding the word given. Just like we talked about it before, you need to define it. You need to look it up in Strong's. You need to look at the etymology of it. So I want to talk to you about this particular message because what's really interesting is right now we're in the month of Elul, and the month of Elul, it's a full month, just like our calendar month of August is a full month. Elul is a full month, and it is the first full month. It is the full month, not first. I'm sorry. It is the full month before the high holy days. Okay, it's the full month before the Feast of Trumpets that everybody's been talking about, and atonement and all of that. So there's a lot of different feasts that are going on in September. But this is the 30 days. And I want to talk to you about the importance of this time right now, and what the Lord was saying when he was saying in that last, or in this message, I'm sorry, announce yourself. I am waiting for you to return. Don't hold back. Do it now. It's very interesting because for the month of Elul, this is the month before the Feast of Trumpets, the Jewish people have a tradition that for 30 days, the king is in the field. Elul being the month preceding the high holy days when God is seen as accessible and close to the people in their daily lives, much like a king visiting his subject in the fields rather than remaining in the palace. So this time signifies an opportunity for everyone, regardless of status, to approach God, to express their hearts to God and seek forgiveness. Embody a period of accessible grace and personal reflection before the new year, which is the next month on the Jewish calendar. So if he's saying in the message, he's saying to announce yourself, speak up. Don't hold back. Do it now. Do it now. He can hear you and is available to you now. And he's saying, do it now. He knows that the time is short. He knows. And he's in the field and he's waiting. How interesting is it that this message sounded so weird when I read it before, but now that you have an understanding of what's going on, do you understand what God is saying? He is saying, announce yourself. Hello, my name is Diana. It's very good to meet you. I've heard of you. I don't know much about you. Can I ask for you to kind of explain to me, who you are and what's going on? It'll be downloaded into their head. They'll know. It'll be in their heart. It'll be in their mind. It'll be instantaneous. God is going to reach out to them. They're going to understand and they're going to ask for forgiveness. And then that is what he is looking for. He is looking for them to turn back to him. Where do you think these folks have come from? Not everybody on this earth, mind you. Not everybody on this earth belongs to God. They are not God's child. Okay? They are sons of darkness. But those that belong to him, they came from him. And they came down here to remember. Okay? To remember the reason why they were here. And to remember to return back. That is important. To remember to return. And so when he said, I want them to turn, and then he said, return, he is point blank telling you, you belong. You're one of us. Wake up and listen. See what's going on. We got 30 days, folks. We got 30 days. Well, I don't even know if we have 30 days because Elul is coming to a close. We'll have to look it up in the Jewish calendar, see when Elul actually comes. Oh, Elul comes to a close on the new moon. The new moon starts the new year. And the new moon could be anywhere from the 21st to the 23rd area. It just depends on the sighting, when it's sighted. So Elul will take you all the way there. So yeah, it's almost a month. How much work can we get done in a month? How many times can we share this message? Who can we share it with? What can we tell them? Because Ezekiel 2, or is it Ezekiel 3? I'm not sure which. You guys can go look it up, where it says, listen, I'm giving you the message and I'm asking you to share it. Don't be responsible for if someone doesn't receive it. You won't be held accountable. But if you don't share it, you are held accountable for that person's life and what happens to them. So share the message, get it out, let them listen to it, let them see what it's all about. But I'm telling you, what can we do from now until the new moon? What can we do? The Lord told us the new moon was the warning. I got a video about that too. That's all the Lord said. The new moon was a warning. We didn't know which new moon. What new moon? Well, maybe it's the new year new moon. Maybe it is. Um, so yes, even though these messages seemed weird at first, when I started talking about all of the stuff that supports it, um, and I didn't know what supported it either until I sat down and started looking at it, and it started flooding into my mind. Put this down, put this down, put this down, talk about this, talk about that, talk about that. So guys, it's a it's amazing. Let me pull my planner out. Few things I want to talk to you all about because this is very important too. So um, let me make this bigger so I can actually see you guys. Um, let's just start in maybe June. Let's see. And I do have the pages tagged. Maybe July I'll start. Let's see. Okay. So June the 18th, I had a dream that, let me talk to you about this because this is what spurred the White Stone song. I had a dream about 3:30 in the morning. I was speaking to a white-haired man. He was giving me two rings. Um, he said he had waited for someone to arrive from the islands, but she never came, and he wanted to marry somebody else, which he seemed very excited about. So the two rings were interesting. One was a white stone. It was a band made of white stone, and the other was a silver ring. Silver meaning redemption. He was giving them to me. It seemed as if I didn't have any rings on my fingers, but really, maybe he was the father of the person I was to. I was he was to marry or something. I don't know. Maybe he was the father figure, I think is what I was trying to say in my dream. He was an older man with white hair. Oh, I say older, and I got all kinds of white hair, so I'm older too. So there you go. Um, so yeah, this is when I understand. So father figure, rings. One is a white stone, which represents a new name. The other is silver, meaning redemption, purity, and wisdom. So I made uh, created a song called White Stone, and it was talking about put a white stone band on my hand or something like that. So um, I want you to understand that that's kind of where that song came from. Was back in June. All right, let me get to the next one. I was speaking to the Lord, and this was about someone personal, someone that was supposed to cross my path, but did not, was not able to do what he was supposed to do. Um, and the Lord said that he wasn't able to come to be. Now, there it is, come to be. The Lord was telling me he was not able to come to be. Um, I asked, he said his time had passed. I said, well, what was the time for? He said recovery. And I said, recovery of what? And he said, to be. So when the Lord is talking about return in that one message, to turn, to return, the Lord was also talking to me back July the 2nd about recovery. So we are all supposed to recover from what we're doing, and to remember, and to move back into our purpose with the Lord. But he was either not willing to, or the Lord didn't say he wasn't willing to. He said he was not able to. And the Lord had put a time period on it. And that time period had passed, and that was it for God. That was the end of that particular person having to cross my path. Let's see, this is, the Lord gave me the word precipice. On the edge of, tipping into. That's where we are. That's the season that we are in. On July 14th, the Lord said, "You are becoming, enthroning yourself in glory. Listen to my voice to ensure your safety." Enthroning yourself in glory. That's what he said. You are becoming. You are enthroning yourself. Enthroning, it means to place on a throne, to exalt to the seat of royalty. So that was very interesting. That came out of nowhere. I didn't know what in the world he was talking about at first. Had to look it up, right? Because he tells us, look things up. So this particular one, the number 9 has been in coming up before me everywhere we go. If we stop to get gas, it's pump number 9. If we go somewhere, the ticket number is 9, or whatever. I mean, at 9 was being popped into, excuse me, my face around July the 19th. So the 20th. Now here's a dream that I had on the 20th. It was a bird. I saw a bird. Okay. I don't know if it was a dove. It could have been a dove, but it was a bird, and this bird had a banner across it, and the banner, the first banner that I saw, said northward. Okay. Then the next bird that I saw had a banner that went across it, and it said, "It's time." So the bird representing flight, in my mind, northward, and it's time. Very interesting dream. Get to the next one. I received confirmation of the northward. I got it on 7/22. If I received this notification from someone, it meant that I passed the test. This is not coming from the Lord. This is coming from somebody else that also received the word northward. When I asked the Lord about the dream, the Lord said, "My love, your entry is secure." It's what the Lord told me about the dream. Your entry is secure. I was He didn't tell me entry into what, but I assume it's into his kingdom. Um, let's see. What do I have here? Da, 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 da. I should have highlighted all the messages so I could find them quickly on the page, but I didn't do that. I napped. Remember the whole dream. This person. Okay, July 27th. Now, this is interesting. I had a dream about an actor. Um, I don't know his name. Um, he was on the Entourage show. Um, but this is interesting. And I never watched Entourage. I just would see the the advertisements for it or whatever. Um, he okay, so here's my dream. I'm I'm at this place, this house, and I was talking with a lady, and she said, "Well, when you answer the door, um, answer it the way, kind of the way I would answer it, so he would not recognize that it's you." I said, "Okay." I didn't know. I knew her in my dream, but I didn't know her. So I went. I feel like I was a newbie there. Maybe they had been there already, and I was kind of new. I don't know. So there was a knock on the door, and so I went to go answer it, and this person was coming through the door like he was busy, focused on something in his hand, and I said something like, "Hey, baby," or whatever. And he was like, "Hey, baby," joking back, thinking it was his friend's wife, which is the one that sent me to the door. And then all of a sudden he recognized that it was me and just came and hugged me like he hadn't seen me for 1,000 years. I mean, I I it was like I knew him, but I don't know him. So I don't know. Is this somebody I'm gonna cross paths with at some point? I have no idea. But anyway, that was July the 27th. Um, when I asked the Lord about this dream with this guy, he said, "My love, you can now see." That's the first time the Lord told me I could see. Okay. Um, hadn't really dug into at that point exactly what that meant. Am I a seer now? What does that mean? What does that mean exactly? I don't know all the details yet. And if God has been telling you that, I would certainly love for you all to contact me, because um, I've not really dug into it. I probably should, and see exactly what that would entail. Maybe it's one of my gifts now. Um, so on July 31st, this was strange. I had in my dream. Okay, so in my dream where I was moving around covertly and secretly, like we were in a war, and our movements for information was done covertly. Okay. And so in my dream end, there were three big all white ships. Two were at a port that I was standing on the dock, and one was off in a distance, that came into my view as I continued to look down there. And so, I mean, these were huge. From my vantage point, looking up, they were huge, big, like cruise ships, the biggest cruise ships. And there wasn't any color on them. They were all white. No flags, nothing. They were all white and huge. I mean, just the hull of these things coming out of the water. How how big these boats were. I couldn't believe it. And so what I recognized about the boats was I asked God what this was about also after the dream, and He said, "You are now seeing." Okay, so two times now He's telling me I'm seeing. Um, it looked like the boats were about to leave, and that they did not have very many people on them. I didn't see hardly anybody on them. So maybe it wasn't time for them. Maybe they are hidden. And this came to me in my thought process because the one that I saw off in a distance, I didn't see the ship appear until a little bit later. So are they hidden right now? I can tell you one thing. The ships are here. Okay? Hear me when I tell you. The ships are here. Okay? Now, are are they hidden until a specific time? Probably so, because nobody else is seeing them. But I saw them. Huge. Like a cruise ships. Huge. And the one that I saw off in a distance that came into view later on, which is why it makes me think like they're all hidden right now. But off in a distance could also refer to future time. You understand? Two were at the dock right now, but one wasn't. One was off in a distance. Um, we've talked about different harvests. We've talked about first fruits going. We've talked about the wheat harvest. We've talked about the other harvest. How many getaways, evacuations, harpazos, raptures, whatever? How many of those are going to happen? We don't know. We can theorize that we think there's going to be two. We think because wheat, excuse me, not wheat, but barley. Barley doesn't take much um, to get the husks off. Wheat has to be ground to get it off. Barley doesn't. You could just do that and husks will fly off. So if you're part of the barley harvest, um, you know, you're not being ground to turn around and return. You're being just told to turn around, and it's being done. So uh, we've talked about those harvests. We've talked about them in my past videos. Go back, take a look at them. If you don't understand, it is extremely interesting. I need to keep going here because we're already over an hour, and I didn't even want to do it as an hour. So let me go to the next one. The Lord said, "You qualify." That's it. Um, if I was able to get in, isn't that what he said in that other one? Your entry is secure. Um, what am I qualifying for later on? I don't know. I have no idea. I did not get a whole lot of anything back from the Lord on this. If anybody else has been told you qualify, please let me know. I don't know what that means. Um, let's see. Let's see anything on that. Let me see. Maybe that's it. Yes, that's it. So, um, The ships are here, guys. And I could now see. Well, it's got to be more than just like seeing in a vision, because I was doing that before. Um, Seeing in a dream, well, I've been doing that before. Hearing what he's saying, that has something that's been going on for some time. So seeing how, seeing wisdom, seeing knowledge, seeing the mystical things. What is it? I don't know. Um, but those, if I can now see, then was that a in the spirit experience that I was having while I was asleep, and now I can see, or or what? I don't know. But if you've been told you can now see, please get a hold of me. I want to have a sit down talk with you, because I would be interested in hearing what you all have been told. So 111 on the timer. That is my time to tell you all God bless you. I love you all very much. Please heed the messages that have been given today. Please share the messages that have been given today. Um, Announce yourself. Make yourself known to God. He said, "Come to me. Let's talk about things." In layman's terms, but you all know what I'm talking about. And he wants to know. He wants to hear what you have to say. He wants you to draw near to him, even in discussion. At first, is to find out who he is. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. And don't be scared. He is the most loving, so full of loving kindness, compassion, grace, mercy. I mean, you will just melt around him. He is just, oh, I love him so much. Anyway, guys, I love y'all too. I'm going to go ahead and get this video to you. Thank you for coming back to another video. If I hear anything else, I will come on and give you that information straight away. God bless you all.